In any structured and hierarchical environment, especially one as intense and disciplined as the military, assumptions about a person's abilities often form almost instantaneously. People tend to categorize others based on outward appearances, roles, or the limited information they have, and in many cases, these assumptions are deeply flawed. In this story, the protagonist is initially perceived as just the CL's aide, a role that others might automatically consider supportive, minor, or secondary. This underestimation reflects a broader societal tendency to undervalue those who operate behind the scenes, or those whose contributions are not immediately visible. What makes the protagonist's situation compelling is how she subverts this perception, demonstrating that competence and skill are not always tied to formal titles or apparent authority. The initial misjudgment of her role creates tension, setting the stage for a dramatic reversal that captures the reader's attention and builds anticipation for her eventual recognition. Assumptions often stem from stereotypes, and in high-stakes environments like military operations, stereotypes can be particularly rigid. The idea that a female aide, or someone in a supportive position, cannot possess tactical intelligence, leadership qualities, or courage is a classic example of this bias. The protagonist's story challenges these rigid notions by illustrating that true capability often lies beneath the surface. Her actions, whether in planning, executing critical tasks, or demonstrating strategic thinking, serve as evidence that the measure of a person's worth is not their title, but the effectiveness, skill, and decisiveness with which they carry out their responsibilities. By highlighting this theme, the narrative engages with the universal experience of being underestimated and the personal satisfaction and societal impact of proving detractors wrong. Furthermore, the story emphasizes the importance of observation and understanding beyond superficial judgments. Colleagues and onlookers who misread her role fail to recognize the depth of her expertise. Yet the narrative allows the audience to witness her competence in ways that others do not. This contrast between perception and reality creates dramatic irony, where the audience becomes aware of her true abilities before the characters do, increasing engagement and empathy for the protagonist. It also reinforces a broader lesson about the dangers of forming judgments without a complete understanding of someone's contributions. Ultimately, the protagonist's journey underscores the transformative power of breaking assumptions. By exceeding expectations in critical moments, she does more than just achieve personal recognition. She challenges preconceived notions, reshapes others' understanding of competence, and sets a precedent for how talent should be evaluated. Her story becomes an inspiring example of how determination, skill, and quiet resilience can confront bias, redefine perceptions, and elevate individuals beyond the limitations imposed by societal expectations. In doing so, it reminds readers that true capability often exists in unexpected places, and that the courage to act decisively can turn underestimation into lasting respect and admiration. This narrative, while rooted in a military setting, resonates universally because it speaks to anyone who has ever been underestimated, showing that excellence cannot be ignored forever and that breaking assumptions is a powerful act of empowerment. Recognition, particularly from those in positions of authority, carries a weight that goes far beyond a simple gesture. In the context of this story, the protagonist's journey from being perceived as just the CL's aide to receiving a salute from the Admiral is more than a symbolic act. It is a profound acknowledgement of her competence, courage, and dedication. The significance of this moment lies not only in the public validation of her efforts, but also in the way it overturns the assumptions and biases had previously defined her identity in the eyes of her peers. Recognition in such a structured environment as the military is earned through merit, demonstrated skill, and consistent performance. and it is rare and deeply meaningful when it arrives unexpectedly. The act of the Admiral saluting her first signifies a breaking of traditional expectations, highlighting that true value is determined by action and capability, rather than perceived rank or role. This moment of unexpected recognition also emphasizes the psychological and emotional impact of being acknowledged by someone of high authority. In many professional and hierarchical settings, individuals who work diligently behind the scenes often go unnoticed, their contributions assumed to be minor or auxiliary. The protagonist's experience illustrates the contrast between invisible effort and visible acknowledgement. When the Admiral, a figure embodying the highest standards of leadership and respect, chooses to salute her, it validates not only her technical skills and strategic thinking, but also her courage, perseverance, and professionalism. This act transforms her status in the eyes of her peers, challenging long-held assumptions and forcing those who underestimated her to confront the reality of her abilities. The emotional resonance of such recognition can be transformative, instilling confidence, reinforcing self-worth, and inspiring further excellence. Moreover, this recognition serves as a narrative tool that underscores the theme of meritocracy in high-stakes environments. In situations where performance and outcomes are critical, respect is earned through action, not through position or title. The protagonist's ascent from a seemingly minor role to one of acknowledged competence illustrates the principle that excellence cannot remain hidden forever. The Admiral's salute is not merely a ceremonial gesture, it is an explicit acknowledgement of her ability to rise above expectations, navigate challenges effectively, and contribute meaningfully to the mission's success. The reactions of those around her, left speechless by this demonstration of authority and insight, reinforce the story's exploration of the gap between perception and reality. Finally, this moment emphasizes the broader theme of empowerment through recognition. When individuals are acknowledged for their true capabilities, it not only validates their efforts, but also serves as a catalyst for further growth, confidence, and leadership. The protagonist's experience demonstrates that recognition from authority can transform both personal and social dynamics, allowing previously underestimated individuals to command respect and influence. By highlighting the impact of being seen, understood, and honored by those whose judgment carries weight, the story illustrates how recognition is both a reward for excellence and a powerful mechanism for redefining social and professional hierarchies. It reminds readers that true merit, when observed and acknowledged, has the power to leave lasting impressions, inspire change, and redefine expectations in ways that mere assumption or prejudice never could. The journey from being overlooked to commanding respect is a transformative experience, one that demonstrates the profound power of action and initiative in shaping perceptions. In this story, the protagonist's evolution from just the CL's aide to someone who earns the Admiral's salute is a testament to the impact of decisive, skillful, and courageous action. Empowerment through action is at the core of this narrative, illustrating that leadership and influence are not confined to titles or formal positions, but are earned through the demonstration of competence, integrity, and resolve. The protagonist's story exemplifies how those who take initiative, seize responsibility, and perform beyond expectations can redefine their roles and leave a lasting impression on everyone around them, even in highly structured environments like the military. The protagonist's empowerment begins with her willingness to act in critical moments, when others might hesitate. In hierarchical or high-pressure settings, those perceived as aides or support staff are often expected to follow orders without question, to remain in the background, and to defer visibility to those in command. Yet, the protagonist challenges this expectation by stepping forward, displaying not just capability but judgment, courage, and a deep understanding of the situation at hand. Her actions create opportunities to demonstrate her value, proving that empowerment is not a passive state. It is cultivated through initiative and the courage to act when circumstances demand it. This proactive approach not only establishes her competence, but also inspires confidence in others, subtly shifting perceptions and influencing how she is treated moving forward. Moreover, her journey highlights the relational dimension of empowerment. By performing with excellence and integrity, she earns the respect of those around her, including the highest-ranking figures in her environment. This recognition is amplified by the Admiral's salute, a gesture that symbolizes formal acknowledgement and admiration. The reactions of those who initially underestimated her, left speechless and re-evaluating their assumptions, underscore how empowerment is not only internal, but also social. True empowerment has the capacity to reshape dynamics, alter hierarchies, and redefine what others perceive as possible for someone in a given role. It demonstrates that respect and authority are not exclusively conferred by rank or title, but can be generated through consistent demonstration of skill, decisiveness, and courage. Furthermore, empowerment through action carries a broader, inspirational message. It serves as a reminder that individuals often possess untapped potential that can emerge when they step beyond the boundaries of expectation. The protagonist's story encourages readers to recognize that leadership is a practice rather than a privilege, earned through action and demonstrated through results. Her ability to leave peers speechless by performing beyond assumptions reflects the transformative effect of embracing challenges, trusting one's abilities, and acting decisively. Ultimately, this story illustrates that empowerment is both earned and recognized through action. The protagonist's journey from overlooked aide to respected figure highlights that initiative, competence, and courage can redefine one's position and influence, inspiring admiration and respect even in the most structured and hierarchical environments. It reinforces the lesson that true leadership is proven through deeds, not titles, and that the path to empowerment begins with the decision to act decisively and consistently, leaving a lasting impact on those who once doubted or underestimated one's potential.